All right, guys, so Mr. Olin Blockett, who is the gentleman who's renting this house, and the owners had to know this. The owners had to know that this is somebody because they have to do a background check. So this is who the Pasco County Sheriff is hiding. Mr. Olin Blockett, here's his sheet. Look at that. Look at his rap sheet. Look at this rap sheet. So this guy, let's look at some of these real quick here. So let's see. Olin Black. Let's see. We've got felony possession of cocaine, possession of cocaine, sale of cocaine, sale of crack cocaine, possession of cocaine, sale of cocaine, petty theft, battery, strike or touch, tampering with state witnesses, introduction into or possession of controlled substance, sale of cocaine, possession of cocaine, sale of cocaine, possession of cocaine, possession of cocaine, robbery, possession of cocaine. So this is the gentleman right here, and who from starts in 1987 and is going through, oh wait, no, that's when he was born, was 1987. So yeah, he's got a good, let's see, 05, how many, all these things, all the way up for almost a whole decade of charges, that this is the guy who they allow to have a pit bull that attacks people. So let's go see, since they are a dangerous dog and he's been warned, let's go see, did they put dangerous dog signs up? Because this is the day after. Today is Friday. We just had the hurricane, Milton. So we're going to go outside right now and go see, because we can hear the dog. The dog's still in the back. So, but if the guy's a drug dealer, no wonder he doesn't give a shit about people, or he doesn't care about people, so why would he care about dogs? Hey guys, so I am back here. It's the day after the Hurricane Milton, and we just got the Pasco Animal Services, and these people lied. Either she lied or the deputy is lying. And I'm not saying they're lying, because right here, first it says, spoke with Deputy Hickling of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. He states around 10 a.m. today, the complainant was walking his two dogs in the neighborhood when the pet owner's dog got loose. No, that was the attacker's dog got loose, not mine. Charged at my dogs. He stated that the loose dog began attacking my 2-year-old Anatolian Shepherd, Daisy, right here, which it did. And while but it attacked me as well. I was knocked over by the offending dog, and while on the ground, I began kicking at the offending dog. No, I wasn't kicking at the offending dog. I was punching the dog and trying to get away from me and my dog. Punching it and get it off his dog. I then stated that the pet owner, he stated that the pet owner then came over and got his dog, and they were able to separate. Bullshit, that's not what happened. There was 2 other people that sat there and had to fight that dog till the pet owner came over, and all he did was grab its legs. He had jack shit. He didn't even give a shit that it was getting pulled off. So there's another lie right there. So then it says on here, I stated originally the complainant me believed that he didn't have any injuries and that he had only gotten scrapes from the ground, which is, I don't even know when so the complainant took his dog to the vet where it received treatment for punctures in its neck. It received emergency surgery for a lot more. He stated that the complainant, Sean Dever, later went to the hospital, and while at the hospital, the doctor confirmed he had dog bites to his thumb and knuckles and elbows. No, not to my elbows. This is how bad this guy listened to anything. He didn't even give a shit. This deputy didn't give a shit, and this girl who's with Pasco Animal Services doesn't give a shit. They don't listen. He stated that the complainant is not sure what dog bit him. Bullshit. There's only one dog biting everybody, and that was the other dog. My dog never even growled or nothing. She sat there while I was getting bit. When asked what occurred, there was no dog fight, by the way. Daisy sat there and the other dog attacked her, and we have 3 written witness reports that show my dog didn't even bark. She sat there when the dog attacked her neck, and she just sat there. She never barked. She never went after the other dog. There was no dog fight. There was a dog attack. So, not sure the dog, and then he stated the complaint, not sure, bullshit. When asked what occurred with the complainant's second dog, he stated that dog was not involved in the complaint because I dropped the leash in the incident, and the little dog, that's Chloe, did run off. He stated that they have since been able to locate the dog and that all dogs involved are back home with their owners. He then provided a complainant, pet owner, and victim dog and offending dogs information and advised that the pet owners have their dog confined to a kennel. So, no, he never ever provided me, and you guys saw that on the video, he never provided me, the complainant, with any information, where it says here, he then provided complainant, pet owner, and victim dog and offending dog's information. No, he never provided anybody. You saw that on there. But in fact, I got yelled at by one of the deputies for demanding it. And they said no. Then we went down to the sheriff's office, and they said no. To this day, they haven't released the information because they keep saying it's a protected information. They won't give me his information. We'll even see if it's in here. They probably didn't put it in here either. He advised that pet owners have their dog confined to a kennel inside the home. She then obtained Pasco case number 240-32251 and provided our case number along with advising that an ACO will be following up during business. And he stated he understood. No, I never understood what the heck's going on here. Then 923. Spoke to caller Sean Dever via phone. He stated he was walking two of his dogs on a leash when offending dog came out of its property at 6707 Lenore Drive and attacked him and the dog. Sean stated that he put his hands up to stop the dog and it bit him on both hands. And then he attacked his dog. Then it attacked the dog Daisy. Sean began to explain that he does not know if the offending dog has rabies vaccines or if he needs to post-exposure vaccines. Sean also continued to ask me why I was not at his house asking him questions and gathering evidence. And while attempting to explain our process, Sean, he would not allow me to it would not allow me, attempted multiple times to explain our process and that I could set up a time to meet with him. No, she didn't even want to come here. She wanted to do it all over the phone. So I continued to talk over her. Yeah, she's right. I continued until she had to come here. She contacted Officer Altman and advised him of the situation. Yeah, because I said she needs to come here. I'm not doing this over the phone. She needs to see it. So she arrives at here and goes through, let's see, provides address and met with Sean Dever and a female resident, Melissa, and advised I would start to start over with an in-person meeting. I obtained photos of my dog Daisy and photos of Sean's injuries. Sean has road rash on his knee, elbow, and hand. No, that's not what I have. And she didn't even look at the damn doctor's report. I don't have road rash on my hand. I don't have road rash on either hands. I don't have road rash. My knees were ripped apart. Wow, these people do the worst possible job they possibly can. All right, so hand falling apart during the dinner. Sean said the offending dog knocked him down, which I did. Sean advised that he has previous injuries to his right knee, which I didn't even complain about my right knee. It's my left knee. My right knee does. Right now it has a torn ACL and torn meniscus. There's the dog on my left knee. This is how bad these people should be fired. That deputy should be fired for a false report. And this woman who is filling this out, they don't listen. They don't give a shit. This is what I'm saying about Pasco County. You don't want to move to Pasco County because these people are liars. Let's see. Sean advised that his previous injuries to his right knee. Sean said that he had a medical treatment. His medical documents state that he was treated for dog bites. Yep, for 2 dog bites, not a dog bite, 2 dog bites. And I showed her. I didn't state it. I showed her the medical and gave her copies of the medical documents. I was treated for dog bites. Sean stated that he took his dog to animal emergency at Pasco treatment where she received sutures and a drain on her neck. I obtained copies. And by the way, she's looking at the dog and she's looking at the medical bills. So it's not me stating stuff. It's doctors stating stuff. It's medical bills. I obtained copies of vet records and his medical documents stating dog bite. Sean stated he has 4 total dogs, which they did check. Chloe, an adult female, small wire-headed terrier, mixed Sandy, and adult male Chihuahua. A tan and white named Cammy is adult female Chihuahua. She verified all our dogs are current on rabies vaccines and have their vet records and evidence. I explained to Sean quarantine the process. I provide Sean a PCAS complaint, which I did, and a dangerous dog affidavit due to the severity of Daisy's injuries. And because she said, the dog can bite 1 person in Pasco County, but it can't bite 2. She didn't even, this is the thing. She didn't even give a shit that I got bit. As you can see here, she didn't give a shit that I got bit. All right. I asked Sean why he feels we are not. I advised Sean that I am doing everything I can, that I can assist him with his concerns. I asked Sean what he feels like we're not doing. He stated we need to take the dog. I explained to Sean under these circumstances, cannot legally take an offending dog from the owner because it didn't bite 2 people. That's how Pasco is. She told me it didn't bite 2 people, so we aren't going to take it. Sean, that I could pick them. Person pending emergency. I don't even know what the hell she's saying here. All right. She went to Lenore Drive, arrived at a local request. Let's see if pet owner Olin Blockett, who stated he was letting his dog out in the backyard to use the bathroom and he left the gate open and the dog ran out and grabbed Sean's dog by the neck. Olin stated the dog never bit Sean. He wasn't even out there. Olin stated he came out immediately. No, he did not. Olin stated Sean was punching his dog. Olin stated he grabbed his dog by the back legs and pulled her off, and he has the dog Riri, and that the offending dog is Ola, an adult. Olin stated that he has only lived. Olin stated he grabbed his dog by the back legs and pulled her off and put her up. Olin stated she is not dog friendly. Olin stated he has only lived at the location 2 months. Olin stated he no longer has the dog Riri, and that the offending dog is Ola, an adult female pit bull that's black. It wasn't black and white. It was all black. Pit bull black. I asked if Ola is currently on rabies vaccines, and he stated she was vaccinated at the Walmart vet, but they're closed, so you can't prove it. He has no paperwork about it. Olin searched his email, was able to provide any proof of rabies. I explained to Olin that I have a medical report saying the caller was bitten by a dog, and I will be placing his dog on quarantine, which he understood. I then issued a quarantine notice and a citation for vicious behavior, 14-41, and failure to vaccinate, 14-76. I provided Olin with assistant county attorney information and instructions waiver for the instructions for a plea waiver for the citations issued. Oh, that's so nice. They made sure that he doesn't have to fucking pay the fines that she told us that he has to pay. I provided Olin with assistant county attorney information and instruction plea waiver for the citation. I obtained a signed letter of dangerous propensities due to the severity of the injuries to Daisy and created an FLDD file. I advised Olin that an officer will follow up at the end of quarantine to vote and to view Ola on or after which he understood. Let's see. Arrived at caller Sean Dever's location, advised him that I have issued citations and a letter of dangerous propensities and that I was unable to verify rabies vaccine. Sean thanked me, explained why he was so upset regarding the issues. She said she understood. That is the weakest statement ever on the history of the planet. If you guys seen me, I wasn't like, oh, well, thank you for coming. That was so nice of you to go over and check on their dog and maybe give them some citations, but allow them to know that they don't really have to pay them. Meanwhile, I'm stuck with a couple $1,000, well, almost $2,000 in bills right now, as well as getting rabies shots and everything else. And she still wouldn't release the name to me of this Olin character. So let's see. Call recording pulled and placed into evidence. I think that's when I said I'm going to put something up on YouTube. Attempted to contact Sean Dever via phone with no response and left a voicemail stating I was contacting and advising he was requesting contact. I provided my county cell phone number. Never. Not once did she leave a single. I have no calls. I answer all my phone numbers. So that's bullshit that she tried to call me. Let's see. Addressed me with his roommate, says Sean will be home in just a few minutes. Yep, that's because I was out getting a freaking rabies shot over at the ER. That was on 10/2. After 10 minutes, I arrived at the location. Sean began to state that he was upset, not able to contact me last week. Called. She didn't tell me, she was in a shelter and was attempting to contact me, and a dog was breaking quarantine. Our agency doesn't care. I advised Sean that due to Hurricane Helene, our agency was closed, and we have been on mandatory activation storm duty, and I was stationed at a shelter. So I guess she doesn't carry her cell phone while she's working. So who's paying the cell phone bill? I also explained to Sean that the last time we had a meeting, I provided him my email and county cell phone and explained to him that I could forward me documents and a photo. No, I tried to send them and they couldn't go. So I called the county and they wouldn't take them and said I just have to wait until the following Monday after Hurricane Helene, which I did. I advised her, that it was out, but she said that, they don't quarantine to them just means as long as it's on a leash, that's not quarantine. Although, what's weird, how many of you guys got told by police during the quarantine of COVID that you weren't allowed outside? I mean, I'd have put a leash on myself and gone and visit grandparents and stuff if that was the case, right? How many people weren't allowed to touch their loved ones because they were quarantined? But that's not what they consider quarantine because they are, this county has people that don't even know what words mean. Quarantine means quarantine. It means you keep the dog away from everything else and everybody else. Doesn't mean you get to go outside on a leash, walk the dog around the block and all that shit. So she only came to check on the dog. And like she said here, she came to check on the bite incident and that the dog's alive and well. And they know there was. So that's what she did. And Sean Saya, his doctor, told him he will have to get the shots and he will take some advice from an MD over hers, because she goes, oh, yeah, you don't need to get rabies shots. And is that practicing medicine in Florida without a license? Because I don't remember her having an MD after her name when my medical doctor from the VA said, you will get shots. They actually left me a message saying, you need to go get shots today starting. His nurse called me the day after the first hurricane, as soon as this happened, and said, you need to go get the shot sequence. But evidently this girl that's a dog catcher, she must have went to med school and then decided she just wanted to go out and catch dogs and do animal control because she wanted to contradict my doctor. And it even says in here that that Sean stated that his doctor told him he will get shots and that he will take someone's advice with an MD over mine. So, yeah, that's probably what I'll do with the medical stuff. I kind of not just take people who are like 20 years old driving around in a van, protecting people who have dogs that bite. So, and I then gave the copies because we dropped them off already at the sheriff's department, but they didn't go to her. We called her office and they said they would forward them to her and they didn't go to her. So then she asked to obtain the copies of the statements, and Sean said he dropped copies off at the police station. I advised him that they're a separate agency and that he had the original statements. I'd like to take photos. So we gave her all the public records there that we had. So we then gave them all the witness statements and everything else that do not back up anything that her or the officer say. And let's see, because witnesses don't have any reason to lie. Or they also don't get paid anything to do a terrible job. So they're not getting a paycheck. So let's go. While taking photocopies, Sean said he is posting a new YouTube video every day, which you guys know I am, because that's the only way to make these people do their jobs. But evidently they're still just putting half-assed comments in their reports. And then I went inside, obtained a small camera, came out with my GoPro, and began recording. She automatically does not like being recorded, even though that's her job and she's a public servant. So she, as you guys saw in that video, she just turned around and got back into her truck. So she said, have a great day, and left the location very quickly. So I talked into my camera, which you guys saw, and we posted. While attempting to advise me of a follow-up, which she had no follow-up with me. She just wanted to make sure that the pit bull is okay. So, and she then went over on 10-3 to 6707 Lenore Drive, arrived at requested location and met with pet owner Owen Blackert and viewed the dog in question. Ola is alive and well and advised she's now released from quarantine, which he understood. She then contacted me and said, advised that I had viewed the dog in question alive and well. No, she said that to my face. That, the dog's alive and well. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit that a dog that attacked me, that has no registration, no shot record or anything else, is alive and well? And no threat of rabies, according to her, although she has no medical degree. Sean then asked the dog can run free and bite people, and I replied the dog can be walked on a leash in the neighborhood. So Sean stated that he needs to obtain the paid information, advising he could place a public records request, which we did. So that is what we're doing. We just got this, even though the link that they sent me for the first 4 days didn't work. So now I have this. Now you guys will have it. I'll put it up here for you guys to read. So this is how. So my question is that, I wonder if this guy's breeding dogs for fighting, because they're not registered. They have no shot record. So they're basically ghost dogs. So is this guy, and I'll have to look him up, Olin Blockert, OlinBlockett. I'll have to look up to see if he has a record, if this is something he does. Does he raise dogs? Does he sell pit bulls for fighting? Because why else would you have unregistered dogs with no shot record that are aggressive? And it's a 9-month-old pit. I had a pit buddy dog for 15 years. It was not aggressive, never aggressive. So it's an owner. If this dog's already 9 months old and he's made it aggressive, and he just got rid of another pit bull, so maybe he's just making these pit bulls for fighting, and that's illegal. But evidently Pasco County doesn't care. I wouldn't be surprised if there's people in Pasco County that are in our government or maybe our law enforcement that actually make money off of it. And I wonder if the owners are allowing, well, they're obviously allowing somebody to sit there and breed aggressive dogs that are unlicensed and unregistered. And I'm just wondering, are they in on it? Is this something that they do? Do they know that they are encouraging basically pit bulls that are being, for what other reason would you have an aggressive pit bull that has no registration and no shots other than dog fighting? And so maybe they're enabling it at the very least. And maybe this is something, maybe that's what they do. Maybe that's how they set up these houses. Are they setting them up so that they can be made? I don't know. We'll have to reach out to the owners. So I'm posting this today. And so I've been told by lawyers that because the laws down here that were changed about not letting breeds do things and all, they changed them all a couple years ago. Most of the lawyer, I don't know of a lawyer who will take this case because they said there's no money in it for them. It's not that, hey, we feel bad, and it's not that, hey, they couldn't be sued and I'm going to sue. I'm going to take them to the small claims court because at least there I can get paid back all the monies we put out. It's not going to help Daisy feel better. It's not going to help me feel better. But I will take the owners of the property, and I will be taking Mr. Owen Blockett because they didn't even put in here that he said, hey, I said I'm sorry and I ain't paying shit. You know, they noticed they didn't put any of that in here. So why is the Pasco Sheriff's protecting this man? I mean, I don't know. Why is the animal control protecting? Because it doesn't say in here that the dog had got its shots. It didn't say it's registered yet. It just says that after 10 days, they let it go. So what kind of township doesn't, and also told him how to get out of his fines? So the only one that's out of, that has cost is me and Daisy have been cost by having injuries, by pain and suffering, and by right now we're at like $1,400-$1,500 in between medical meds, between me going for a PTSD exam with a friend's. Is he a psychiatrist? Psychologist, because of the anger I have over how they're handling all this stuff. Because of Daisy's emergency surgery and then she had to have another surgery procedure to get rid of some of the dead skin and necropsy on the skin, and then have to do another round of getting stitches. And then she had to have some stitches taken out right before this hurricane, and she still has stitches in her neck now because my knee, which can barely, my left leg with all the road rash and stuff that's on there, it's hard to bend and you can't kneel on anything. And that's the good leg. My right knuckle, which makes my little finger hurt a lot to move. My left thumb, which is still not healed at 2 weeks later, and we've been putting medicines and stuff on that. My phone, which was only a couple months old, which is $200, that's cracked all the way down to the glass where the dog bit. That's where the dog bite was, and my thumb was right there, so you could see that he bit while I was holding my phone, which then fell, but you could see right where the bite is on some of the other videos we put up. So this is just, I know there's a couple groups out there. I just looked up one. It's called something like Bite or something. It's a lady in Texas for people who are attacked by pit bulls. And I said, I didn't have anything about pit bulls. I have a thing about owners. And this owner's obviously training this pit bull without any papers, without any registration, without any shots to be a fighting dog. It's obvious. So, and he admitted to authorities that he let out of the gate, and yet the authorities bending it backwards for me not to get his information. We still haven't got police reports, which we requested the same day. Actually, we requested the day before. And the officer here just made assumptions. There was no dog fight. Daisy never once went after him. Daisy never once barked at him. Daisy never once, the whole time, even tried to snap at that dog. It wasn't a dog fight. There was a dog attack. And the dog attacked me. And this officer is just too, either A, he's lying, or B, he's just too stupid to know how to write a report, or he's just lazy. So it can't be, it has to be, he doesn't want to do his job and he's lazy. B, that he doesn't care about his job. Or C, that he's purposely lying. And you guys know that because you saw the video. When he sits in here and says that he was giving me the information, that's bullshit. You know it's BS, and I know it's BS because it's on video when I was asking for the information, and both him and his sergeant or whatever, not sergeant, but the corporal or private first class or whatever the hell his deputy friend was there with a stripe on his arm, sat there and said, if I keep giving them, they'll just leave. If I keep asking for it, they'll just leave. You guys don't see it. I put it on 2 videos. I put it the day at, actually, I think it was the day of or the day after. And that was on my phone. You've seen all the videos. You've seen everything I've said in to these people. And you can even see in here that they try to clean it up to make it sound nice. Like they were doing their jobs. And they weren't. At all. Period. All right. I will keep you updated on what happens next. What happens next is going to be, I'm going to look up this Olin Blockett guy. OlinBlockett at 6707 Lenore Drive, as well as the owners of Lenore Drive, who live in over almost $1.3 million house up in Long Island, New York. And they also have another house down here as well that I found so far. But I'm gonna start doing deep digging into these guys, see if they have records, see what other crap they're into, and we'll put it up here and figure it out. Because I still can't understand why they're protecting somebody who looks like he's training pit bulls for fighting. No registration, no shots, and aggressive towards dogs. And it's only a 9-month-old dog. Dogs don't get aggressive unless you teach them that. He got rid of the other pit bull before the cops and all came. Within like 3 hours, he got rid of the other pit bull that was over there. So, I don't know. I mean, what other reason would what other reason would a 9-month-old pit bull be that aggressive, have no collar, have no shot record, have no records whatsoever, and no registration with the county if you weren't going to use it for fighting, and hide behind everything? And when the dogs were fighting, when the dog was getting attacked, he came over and goes, oh, dogs will be dogs. So the guy obviously doesn't give a shit about dogs. He doesn't look at them as living creatures. Anyway, I'll keep you updated.